Mr. Johnson was the first to go to trial among a number of people who, by the way, had non-Hodgkin's lymphoma. That is pretty serious. And he was the first to go to trial, doctors said, and he was near death. And in California, if you're dying and you're a plaintiff, you get to go to the front of the line.
Really?
You get it? Yes, sir. You get an expedited trial. You get an expedited.
So the appeal was expedited then, obviously.
Everything's expedited. Yeah.
Okay.
So it was reported last year that 800 patients were suing Monsanto, claiming that Roundup caused cancer. So since then, more plaintiffs, including cancer patients, their spouses, or their estates, have sued Monsanto, making similar claims. So you can see why Monsanto is trying to push back on this very hard. This opens the floodgates. Or it used to be Monsanto. What are they calling it now, I wonder? Just Bayer? I don't know what they're calling it. So anyway, Mr. Johnson ended up with $289 million. Mr. Johnson's attorney, Mr. Timothy Linsberg, said it won't change the fact that Johnson's two sons might lose their dad soon, but it may help them live more comfortably. Well, that's most likely. And the lawyers as well. They get 40%.
As of right now, they haven't come up with a new name for the company.
Okay. Mr. Johnson, who's 46 years old, he's a nice-looking man, applied Roundup weed killer 20 to 30 times per year while working on the grounds for a school district near San Francisco. He testified that during his work, he had two incidences which he was soaked with the product. The first time it happened in 2014, and 2 years later it happened again, where the suit he was wearing leaked or something went wrong. Mr. Johnson's pretty sick. On bad days, he is even too crippled to speak. Okay. He has lesions over 80% of his body. They're horrific. Gary showed them earlier. It's heartbreaking. Now, let me tell you this. Roundup has marshaled the science. They did this in court. They cited scores of studies that say Roundup does not cause cancer. And the one lawyer for Monsanto said more than 800 scientific studies. The U.S. EPA, the National Institutes of Health, and regulators around the world have concluded that glyphosate is safe for use and does not cause cancer, said Mr. Partridge, Monsanto's vice president of strategy. He highlighted the agricultural health study, which studied the effects of pesticides and glyphosate products on farmers and their spouses from 1993 to 2013. He cited that study. And, the summary of that study was, quote, no association was apparent between glyphosate and any solid tumors or lymphoid malignancies overall, including non-Hodgkin's lymphoma, close quote. Mr. Partridge said, quote, we all have sympathy for Mr. Johnson. It's natural he's looking for answers. Glyphosate is not the answer, close quote. Well, let me tell you something about Mr. Partridge.